Welcome everyone, it's Gray Shirt Guy. Rock the gray shirt as always. It is the 31st of December 2023. It's New Year's Eve, and we're doing a quick little studio update before we kind of wrap it up for the night. Before just kind of relaxing and having a good chill day. So the challenge starts tomorrow, the No Buy Models Challenge. So here are the rules laid out. I am not allowed to buy any Warhammer models. So that includes Warhammer, 40K, Age of Sigmar, Old World, or Horus Heresy, or any Forge World type models. I'm not allowed to buy any more models for the whole entire year. And if I can survive an entire year without buying any models, then my wife is going to get me either a Tau Manta or Titan equivalent, somewhere around the same price. I was actually thinking maybe a Chaos Warhound and a non-Chaos Warhound would be kind of cool, but we'll see where we go. I just said, "Hey, you're gonna buy me a Manta if I survive this challenge," and she's like, "Okay, sure, you'll survive this challenge." We got to stand strong. Who knows? Maybe I'll get at least 6 days. But challenge starts tomorrow, and this challenge is looking rough because the Old World pre-order starts on the 6th, and it's fine. It's fine. So, with the revamp of Cities of Sigmar and the Humans revamp, I have a bunch of older models from basically the Empire, and I'm just going to probably just rebase those to square bases. So, I'm allowed to I'm allowed to buy rule books. I'm allowed to buy paints and accessories for like painting and hobby accessories like dice and rulers and stuff. And I'm allowed to buy like rule books and things like that. So, and I'm also allowed to buy bases. So I'm going to rebase my Empire as we're going to wait and see what the Empires of Man rulebook comes out, what kind of models are released, what are remade available for the old world. I'm hoping pretty much everything I have, which is steam tanks, Griffin Riders, Hellstorm rocket batteries, all those things. I'm hoping all those things are going to still be in the old world. And if they are, good. We're going to rebase those on a square basis because they're just assembled, they're not painted, and I think the artillery are sub-assembled. So, yeah, looking forward to 2024, seeing where we're going, seeing what we're doing. Now, before the purchasing window closed, I did pick up a few extra things. I picked up the Space Marine Company Heroes, the new Primaris ones, because they look pretty cool. They'll go into my Blood Ravens. I picked up a box of Hellblasters. Don't have a box of Hellblasters. And the last time I had Hellblasters was like the Dark Imperium box. I think that was. That had the Death Guard and Space Marines in them. I think it was the first time Primaris came out. I haven't had Hellblasters since then, and I sold those a long time ago. Probably like 4 years ago. 3 years ago. And then I picked up 2 boxes of Desolation Marines on a whim. I thought you could take them in 10-man squads. I haven't been keeping up with playing. I just thought they looked goofy. So I picked these up. I got a little discount because this one had a partially open box. I got 2 of those. I can take them in 5-man squads. So either A, they'll both be Blood Ravens, or B, maybe I'll throw one in my Atlantean Spears. We'll see. These probably won't get touched for quite a while. We'll talk about why. But let's get into what we painted and what we've gotten done. All right, so I finally finished the Free Guild Stillhelms. I just went with base coat wash pretty much. I did a little bit of highlighting on some models, but not a whole lot. And first time using decals, so pretty good. Get that micro sol, that micro set, and read the bottle. Figured it out. Just kind of getting them out of the water onto your brush and then like applying them is a little tricky, but once I got them applied, it worked out pretty well. I did have the flip flop for the crow on the banner. I think is in the wrong direction on some of them because I think it's supposed to be looking right, but on that one I think it's looking left. Either way, on one of the banners I think the eagle's looking the wrong direction, but or the raven. It's fine. No one's gonna care. Let me go through click up here. Okay, so we have the other set of 20. The champion guy, the champion guys, those weren't too bad to paint. The flag was probably one of the easiest flags I painted, except for, I would actually say probably the Catachan Command Squad flag was probably one of the easier ones to paint. This one was probably the second easiest, and then any other flag after that pretty sucks. To the point where even in my Scions army, I'm really considering not taking regimental standards. Because one, the regimental standard right now doesn't really do a whole lot, and two, I would just have to paint them. I don't want to paint them. Apologies. It's getting late. I mean, maybe not for you, but for me, it's getting late. I'm a sleepy boy. All right, moving on. So we got this cool cauldron guy. I went with purple for like the smoke and all the effects because he's supposed to be Lethus, and that's how I was going to show that he was Lethus. And I don't remember what they call these guys or even what they do, but I just called him a metal wizard because he's got a set of tongs and he's pulling little metal shiny boxes out and doing spells, I'm assuming. But he's looking all right. The Marshal and Envoy. So I've done some pretty crispy purple cloaks. I've done some pretty nice cloaks for Space Marines back in the day, and this might just be because how annoyed I am with how detailed these models are, or just kind of like maybe I should have jumped into cities so quickly. I should have probably done a couple other models, a couple other projects, got a few other things done. I thought this was going to be a small box, in and out, quick adventure. If you get the reference, you get the reference. I thought it was going to be so quick. I thought it was going to be so simple, and it's just taking me a lot longer than I wanted to. But aside from that, I painted some really crispy cloaks, and typically, for some reason, I just forgot how to do cloaks, and I think the last time I did, there is a tutorial I followed for how to do really nice blending for cloaks, and I think next time I do a cloak, I'm going to do that, because I'm going to go to the next picture, and you're going to see why I am kind of a little iffy on this cloak. That. It's fine. I would never sell, like, if I was doing commission painting, I wouldn't sell this. I mean, I wouldn't sell it. Could you sell it? Would someone buy it? Probably. But I wouldn't sell it because I don't think it looks that good. I think the Envoy, which is just base coat wash, looks better. But the cloak did look kind of weird just base coat wash because it's so big. You can do base coat wash on a lot of small models and they look fine. Sometimes the light itself makes it look like highlights when you just have a bright light on it. But for the big cloak, I did kind of have to do some transitional highlights, but not super happy with the result, but he's good enough. He's done. Moving on to the Free Guild Cavaliers, I think is what they're called. If I redid this, if I was to do these over again, I would sub-assembly them as much as possible. But for right now, we did two coats of silver, and then we did, on this photo, it's one coat of Mournfang Brown, but we did throw on a second coat since I took this photo. A little bit of gold trim here and there, and then right now, what we're working on next, probably tomorrow morning, is getting on some of that Corvus black. Basically, any part that's wood and any part that is leather-ish is going to get that Corvus black. And once we're done with the black, which is all the weapon, anything that's wood is going to get black. After we're done with the black, the banner is going to get a little bit of black on it too, and then we're probably going to be able to jump into purple, probably. Because I think that will knock out a significantly large amount of the rest of the model, and any other things after purple is just going to be kind of clean up, and I think that's going to kind of mentally help me get closer, because right now I think they're, from just looking at them, they're about 60% done, and between 30 and 80%, a model just looks like complete dog shit. Apologies for the swearing, but it's hard to get through a model when you're just like, let's go. And also, we've been doing so many batch painting that I really am I'm looking forward to the new project. So let's kind of get into that. Let me change scenes real quick. All right, so we're going to go right into CSM as soon as we're done. And I say right into CSM because I'm starting school in was it March? Yeah, I'm starting school in March. Already signed up for a class and just kind of chipping away at my degree. And we are doing CSM after cities. Now, almost every model in my CSM army is painted separately. Or not, by separately, I mean they're all painted different. So I have, and what I was doing first is I was kind of doing Loyalist. What if all of the Firstborn Loyalist, what if one Marine in each of them went Chaos? So a Renegade went Chaos. So I have an Ultramarines Chaos Lord. I have a White Scars, just regular Legionnaire. And I have an Alpha Legion Legionnaire. You never know if they're loyal or not. Well, that's kind of where we stopped. So the army, apologies. The army starts off with a brick of what used to be Fallen. So it's a lot of Horus Heresy Dark Angels. And these are going to be, I'm going to weather them up a little bit more, but we have a block of what I'm using them as Legionnaires now. And they have Cyphus, and we have a Chaos Sorcerer. But also we have another 3 blocks of Legionnaires. Every one of those models in that army is going to be painted based upon a different chapter. Either they're going to be Renegade Chaos versions of Loyalist, or they're going to be any one of the other 9 Chaos Legions. So we still, I think everything except for World Eaters, but maybe World Eaters. Maybe there's a World Eater who, do I have any melee in the army? I do have, so I do have 5 Raptors, like a 5-man Raptor squad, and that would be kind of funny if, because you can't take Raptors and World Eaters anymore, that would be kind of funny if one of them was a Raptor. Or I do have 10 Terminators, so maybe one of the Terminators is going to be, whichever one has the chain, yeah, that might be, or whichever one has the chain fist in the Terminator squad will probably be a World Eaters Terminator. Wait, never mind, I take that back. I have the World Eaters Terminator character, which I'm just using as a Chaos Lord, so never mind. We've got our World Eaters good to go. But so obviously that's only 18 models. So only 18 of the models will you know what color scheme they're going to be, because Firstborn, Loyalist, whatever. And then we're going to start diving into both the second founding, third founding, fourth founding, whatever. I'm kind of spreading my wings out. I've got plenty of models to figure this out. It's almost like 100 or something models, like 120. Actually, how many is it? Yeah, it's a little over 100 CSM models to kind of mess around with. But the first model that we're going to be working on, just because I kind of wanted to have a palette cleanser, is we're going to be doing a Helldrake. And this Helldrake has been sitting sub-assembled. Sub-assembled. I love those words. He's been sitting sub-assembled for a long time, not even primed. So we're going to get him fixed up on his little corks. Got some more corks. Get them all squared away, rubber bands, whatever we got to do. Get them all set up. And we're going to do Night Lords. So I asked around. I was like, hey, so for me, Night Lord infantry really needs to have the wing bats, the little bat wing things. And so I don't have any of those. And obviously the Night Lords... the Night Lords, what do you call those guys? Kill Team. Those aren't coming out until sometime in 2024. And I kind of wanted a Night Lords model. So I'm going to have the Helldrake. He's going to be painted Night Lords, which actually I have to look to see, do I even have the right paints? I might have to use that gift card to go get those paints. Oh, did I mention I had a gift card? I don't know if I mentioned it, but when I got from the store, they gave me a bunch of store credit and a gift card. So I'm going to go back there, local store, and get some paints and stuff. But so we're gonna start with CSM, and we're gonna start with the Helldrake, and then I'm gonna try to figure out in the army. It's a lot of infantry, so there's 2 squads of Havocs, 1 squad of Raptors, a lot of Legionnaires, like probably way too many Legionnaires. Like no one's ever gonna field that many. I got 6 squads. You can take 6. And then we have Abaddon's gonna be painted Black Legion. There may be some duplicate color schemes, but I'm going to try to limit that as much as possible. But I want Abaddon to be painted Black Legion. The only other option would be to paint Abaddon as Lunar Wolves. But I kind of like him as Black Legion. I think that's kind of where he sits. So he's going to be Black Legion. And, man, really yawning a lot. Oh, you know what? I got something right here. Let's take care of this. Trying to stay up for New Year's. So yeah, I'm gonna go right into CSM now. Another reason to not want to buy any models in 2024. I have a lot of models. You've probably seen pictures at some point. We're gonna go into this really quick because I'm trying to keep this around 10 minutes long. So, or under 10 minutes, I guess. I counted today. I have 1,282 assembled and unfinished models. So I have 4 fully painted armies. World Eaters, Atlantean Spears, Catachans, Mordian Iron Guard, Talarn. But Unfortunately, most of my guard armies you are not legal guard armies because reasons because new rule book and people hate flyers apparently. Guard flyers are fine, but apparently not. You can't take more than 3, and I have 4. I have 4 Valkyries painted, and they look so good. I really wish to bring back squadrons, please. I know I'm not the fault. I'm not the reason why flyers are hated, and I will be expanding the Catachan army so I can at least field Apocalypse army. So yeah, we'll be extending that a little bit, or a lot of it. At some point. But let's see. Let's kind of get back to what we got. So 1282. That includes these 5 Cavaliers that I just showed you because they weren't finished. So I included those in the count. And then I have 100 or 501 unassembled models. That includes the ones I just showed you. So I counted these in there too. So 501 just still boxed. Yeah, still boxed. I do have some models that were broken that I need to re-glue back together, but like I didn't count them this. So the breakdown for the assembled and unfinished is 115 CSM, so 115 Chaos Space Marines. So it's going to be about 115 cool looking dudes. 51 Death Guard. I thought I had more Death Guard, but I pretty much only have like 2 or 3 Plague Marine squads, Mortarion, 20 Plague Burst Crawlers, and then not 20 the zombie guys. I forget what to call them, Poxwalkers, and then I don't even have any Terminators. I don't even have any of the Plague Terminators. I wanted to get some for a while, but I just never got around to it. 127 Empire models, so that's looking pretty good for Old World once I get them on square bases. 69 Slaves of Darkness models. These are assembled and painted. Nice. 98 Soulblight Gravelords. A lot of vampires. A lot of Graveguard. Not a lot of the normal skeletons. 54 Space Wolves. I thought I had more Space Wolves, but I don't. I'm as surprised as you are. And I actually have quite a few Space Wolves painted, like mostly like elite troops, like Terminators and Aggressors. And these are the ones that are green. These are the Christmas Space Wolves. So probably not going to change them at this point because I don't want to repaint. I don't want to rework those models. 111 Horus Heresy Alpha Legion models. So only 10 of them are painted. But the 10 that are painted were painted very quickly, so that does bode well for the future. 122 Sisters of Battle. That's a lot of Sisters of Battle. But I really kind of went all in on Sisters of Battle because it's my wife's army, or the army I bought for my wife. And I was like, let's just buy 3 of everything. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I didn't actually get 3 of everything, but at least 1 to 2 of everything. 3 of some things, but yeah, got a lot of models there. 9 just random miscellaneous ones like Cyphus Cain, the Salamanders characters. Yeah, all the Salamanders characters, because at one point I was going to make a Salamanders army, so I got all the Salamanders characters. I'm not saying Salamanders suck, I just have all the characters, but I don't have an army for them. My plan was to just paint them Codex compliant, like whatever the green was going to be, and then just have them lead my Blood Ravens. That was kind of the point. That's what I was going to do. 98 Blood Ravens. So 98 Blood Ravens that are not fully finished. 95 Tau. So I do have 95 Tau that are assembled and unpainted. Not a lot of crew. 328 Guard assembled and unpainted. That's good. Good stuff right there. And then of the 501 models, the rest of the breakdown is mostly Guard, some Marines, mostly like Leviathan and like the Christmas box sets, and Tyranids. That's mostly what it is. There is some CSM in there. There's some Terminators that I've assembled. And then there's a few models I didn't put in this count because I never plan on ever using them. I have a starter box of Beast of Chaos, but never got sparked with Beast of Chaos. For a short time, I really liked them on the Total War video game, but I never really got into Beast of Chaos in tabletop. So I just have and I think I stole some bits from the Star Collecting box, so we might just use it as a bits farm. And then I have 5 5 Eldar Fire Dragon. I could use those for bits. Oh my god. I could use those for dead Eldar. We're cooking. But yeah, a lot of it's guard. I have basically almost a mini Deathcore Krieg army because I have I got a bunch. Some Kasrkins, I got a bunch of stuff, and I got a whole bunch of Scions. So yeah, 300. Oh well, that's yeah. It was 501 unassembled, unpainted models. So yeah, we have quite a big backlog. What is that? What's that come out to? 1783. So we are good for 2024. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to periodically complain about how I can't buy any of these, the new models that come out, because we know for a fact, highly suspect. Oh, the dog! Hey, hold on, 1 second. Oh, can you come here? Come here. This is Foxy. She is adorable. She is a Pomeranian. She is very old, and she is smelly, but she is still so lovable. Oh my god! Oh my god! Go find your mom. Or hang out with me, whatever you want to do. Anytime, so I give her the most amount of human food, so she likes to hang around with me because yeah. Anyways, I don't have any food on me though. So, anyways, but where was I talking about? Nope, not CSM. Oh yeah. So we're more than likely getting plastic. Where are they? Oh crap. Solar auxiliary. Oh my god. I have two of the Stormhammers, I think is what they call them. It's the solar auxiliary tank with like the double battle cannon, the huge giant cannon, and all las cannons on the side of it. I have to fix some of them because some of them were heavily damaged in the move. One of them was heavily damaged in the move. The other ones were moderately damaged in the move. So I have to fix those. But I have two of them because they were legends, but I was like, I wanted one, and I ended up getting shipped two, which is fine. But if we get plastic solar auxiliary, that would probably be the only thing that would tempt me to break this challenge. The problem is I don't want to break the challenge because I don't want to buy my wife this $450 doll, which is probably going to be $600. Also, I kind of look, I have 1,700 models I need to paint and assemble. And, so hope you guys having a great one. Hope your new year is great. Hope you got a lot of cool stuff for Christmas. I got a lot of cool stuff. I got a lot of cool gifts that were not Warhammer related. Like my parents gifted me. It was a used dining room table, but it was a dining room table that I kind of grew up with and had several meals at growing up. And it's all scratched up and everything. And they were like, "Oh, you're gonna refinish it?" I'm like, "Yeah, at some point." But no, we cleaned it, got it all brought in the house, and sure, it's all scratched up, but it's a wood dining room table, not not something you get from IKEA or particle board. It's like an old heavy duty extendable table that I can fit 12 people on. More like 8, probably 8 to 10 comfortably when it's fully extended. And went to IKEA. Actually, let's talk about this. Yesterday, I went to Disney on Ice. Never been to Disney on Ice. Never been to it before. My wife's never been to an on Ice show either. She just saw it. Pretty cheap tickets. During the day, we went to Disney on Ice, and it was great. The concessions sucked the big one. I looked at the menu for the concession stands at the venue. We go there. It's not at all. The concession stands don't have at all what is on their menu. No loaded French fries. I was so hyped up for some of the things on the menu, and I was extremely disappointed. And almost every single place sold hot pretzels, but only one of them had nacho cheese, and it was cold nacho cheese. So riots in the chat. This is ridiculous. Riots in the comments below. I don't do live streams, but yeah. So the pretzels were a letdown. The stromboli, they had so it says cheese and then a dividing line and then pepperoni. So we're like, can we get cheese stromboli? And they're like, oh, it's actually comes with pepperoni. I know it's cheese with a weird line and then pepperoni, but it should have been a comma. We're sorry. And I'm like, okay, and it wasn't even good. And the chicken tenders weren't even good. But anyways, the Disney on Ice show was great. The show with the acrobatics were great. The ice dancing was great. I thought it was a good time. The seats were really narrow, but so the venue not great. The show great. So we went to Disney on Ice. That was good. Then we went to IKEA because I was like, let's see. We're near IKEA where the show was. Let's go. Let's roll in there and see how much how much dining room chairs, and they had chairs that are normally $80 on sale for $30 a chair instead of $80 a chair. Schloop those up right away. I just actually finished putting those together. The first one was a little more complicated to figure out, but after I got the first one together, the other three went together really quickly. So now I got 4 chairs and a dining room table. I'm an adult now. I finally have a dining room table. I don't have to eat at the couch or at my computer desk. I can actually eat at a dining room table and look at my wife in the face. Plus, now we have a dining room table where we can just put all of our stuff. Because like we never really had any room to put anything anywhere, but now we have a table. This is the collecting spot for all the random crap we bring home. So pretty excited about that. So I got that gifted. I got a bunch of new underwear. When you're in your mid to getting older 30s, you remember back when you used to complain about socks and underwear, but now you have to buy your own socks and underwear. You're like, oh man, I really miss when people would just gift me socks and underwear. So I got that. I got a hurt foot. That sucks. But I had to buy a compression bandage for that. Wrist has been acting kind of weird. The non-dominant wrist has been acting weird. Okay. So Kinder makes these hollow. So in Europe, they make Kinder eggs. They're hollow. They're delicious. They're milk and white chocolate kind of mixed together. And they're wrapped around a toy. But they don't sell those in America for choking hazards. Long story, not going to get into it. But they have the same thickness of chocolates in these hollow Christmas time ornament things. But they also, last year, they made these hollow Christmas Santas. And I was like so hoping. I was like, I found them at almost every grocery store last year, but this year I kept going to grocery stores and only finding the little ornament guys and not the big Santas. My wife got me one of those big Santas as a Christmas present. It showed up today, and I was like, oh my god! I ate his head because he's delicious. I didn't eat the whole thing. Put it in the fridge. I went to this wing restaurant really bad yesterday. The food yesterday was not good. It was supposed to be our cheat day, and it was not good. So our cheat day was robbed. And America's Best Wings is not America's Best Wings. We can do so much better. Service, terrible. Speed of service, like how fast my food came out, good. Actually, okay. So, rudeness, that's like a 1 out of 5. Very rude. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? And then they were like, at $14, I'm not done ordering. Like there wasn't a line behind me or anything. Rude, 1 out of 5. Speed of service, 3 out of 5. Taste of food, 1 out of 5. I got my wife 5 different things, and all of them were bad. All of them were bad. The only thing that was even okay was the cheese quesadilla, which, go to a wing place, get cheese. This restaurant's got like, I knew it was a problem when like it wasn't just wings they sold. When they had like a very extended menu, places with hugely extended menus, not good. Buffalo Wild Wings has never let me down, and I've only been to Buffalo Wild Wings like 5 times. For the longest time, I never went there, but yeah. This wing restaurant, I will never go back there again. But yeah, so all the food yesterday was just not good. So today, drove all the way to the mall, took my wife to get a pretzel, and because that's all she wanted. She just wanted to have a pretzel before the new year started, because she's going to start 75 hard, whatever. But she's like, I can't have a pretzel for 75 days. I can't get a cheesy dunk pretzel, and I want to do it. And I was like, all right, let's go. So I drove to the mall, got a pretzel, drove. Oddly enough, all of the Valentine's Day stuff is out now, so picked up some of that. All right. Anyways, I've just been rambling. That's been the studio update, and I'm gonna probably just play video games and watch anime for the rest of the night until New Year's. I hope you guys have a great one. And pretty much the next video will probably be after I finish these Cavaliers, because. If you have a Chaos Space Marine paint job, whether it's a warbanding, one of the original 9, or any color scheme that you want to see on a CSM model, kind of let me know down below what you kind of would like to see, because at some point I will be painting that, and any suggestions I get will probably be painted before anything I come up with. Probably going to do an Atlantean Spears. Chaos Atlantean Spears would be pretty cute. Definitely gonna do a Mantis Warrior because that green, I just like it. Probably gonna do a Chaos Raptor because that'd be kind of like the Raptor Space Marines. Probably gonna be good. But there is a huge list of like Chaos Warbands, Red Corsairs, lots of other ones like that. A lot of those like different versions of Nurgle. So probably gonna do some of those. Death Guard. Probably gonna do Dusk Raiders because my Death Guard are painted as Dusk Raiders. So I'm probably gonna So since my Death Guard are gray, I'm probably gonna paint a regular Death Guard model as a CSM model. So we'll figure out. Either way, it's going to be great because instead of painting batch painting, it's going to be one model, finish it, make it really nice, and then next model, finish it, make it really nice. What should my Vindicator be? Because I have a Chaos Vindicator. I'm thinking, and this could bite me in my ass, but I'm thinking. Oh, why? I just do an Iron Hands or no Iron Fit. Iron Warriors? Yeah, let's do Iron Warriors. What was I thinking? Iron Warriors Hazard Stripe done. It sells itself. I was thinking Imperial Fist. Why would I do that? Why would I do yellow? That's such a pain in the ass. Anyways, hope you guys have a great one. I'll see you around. Goodbye.